Hello everyone. Now we will go to the trigger setup menu. This menu is very simple, but also one of the most important menus. At first we have the trigger pattern. Here we have several to choose from. If the names doesn't mean anything to you, you can always consult the Project ECU manual on the projectecu.com. And the latest pages, you can have a view of the trigger patterns. As you can see here, we have information for the Daihatsu 3 cylinders. Here is the Ford ST. There is information, configuration. Right, there is information about the trigger patterns. So there is several to choose from. As you can see, there is several parameters. For other trigger patterns, there is less parameters. As you can see, here is the basic distributor, and it is much less parameters to configure. You know? We will choose here as an example the most one of the most common ones is the missing tooth. The first parameter means the total tooths of the pattern, taking into account the missing tooths. All right. So as you can see here, we have a 60 minus 2. This only have 58 physical tooths, and here we have the speed. We have cam speed and crank speed. Cam speed is rotates at half of the speed of the crank. So if we have the missing tooth mounted at the cam, we can choose cam speed, and the ECU will have full information for full sequential. Right? At crank speed, we will need a cam sensor to have full information for full sequential. Next, we have the trigger angle in degrees. Here you can see the trigger angle is in ATDC after TDC. This means if we need to have more advance, we will go up, right? If we need less advance, we will go down. This is totally the opposite to the VTDC. Normally we will have a VTDC in other ECUs. In this one is ATDC, and it's more simple to think about this. Up is more advanced, down is less advanced, right? This parameter is the skip revolutions. This parameter is when you are cranking, the crank motor is accelerating, and if you start firing the cylinders, maybe you can have not good situation there. So this is to wait for the crank motor to have full speed, and then start firing up the cylinders. All right, you can choose to skip maybe 2 rotations, full rotations, maybe 1, maybe 0. We recommend to just skip 1. Right. Now we have the trigger edge. When in this trigger pattern, we are only seeing rising or falling edge of the signal. All right. As you can see here, in falling edge, this part will be ignored, and this part, this falling, will be taken into account. All right. Ignored, taken into account. Ignored, taken into account. All right. And the opposite for the rising edge. Rising edge is the opposite, is taken into account, missed, taken into account, not taken into account. All right. Quite simple. And then we have a selection of trigger patterns for the cam signal, right? And also we have the trigger edge for the secondary signal, that is the cam signal. Some trigger patterns will take into account both falling and rising edge, but it's depending on the trigger pattern, alright? And finally we have the trigger filter. This is to make the ECU to react slower to the signals. This is to filter some noise. It's not recommended to turn on the filter, because the most aggressive the filter, the ECU will react slower to the crank signals, and will make the cranking situation much more worse or slower, right? So the best is to have a clean signal and to have the trigger filter off, or if we need the filter, use the weak or medium maximum, right? Okay, so this is all for the trigger settings menu. See you on the next tutorial.